A small amount of support can be all it needs to make a world of difference, and the results speak for themselves when you take a look at the impact Palmetto Hope Network has had on our community. I'm happy to welcome its CEO and founder, Butch Kennedy.
Thank you. Thank you for having
joining
me.
Of course, and thank you for being here. So before we get into the fun events and stuff, what is the Palmetto Hope Network?
Well, the Palmetto Hope Network is a group of individuals that came together to provide hope for victims of all kinds of violent crimes. So we work with law enforcement, we work with the clergy, and we bring them all together, all of our stakeholders together to fight crime in our community.
Okay. And now a few months back, we had two gentlemen that came on the show.
Yes.
Alvin Green and Isaiah Hamilton to
Yes.
talk about this Boys to Men conference.
Yes.
And something I mentioned is that they said that you were their mentor. They were mentees, and now it's come full circle, and now they are the mentors, which I think is so special. Could you talk about the Boys to Men and how it all worked out?
Isaiah and AJ are very special to me. I've known AJ since he was real young. I met him, I want to say like 8 to 10 years ago, and I've been mentored to him ever since, and he's really grown into an amazing young man. The big thing and the big plus to me is that all these young men have actually got married along with myself. We've all gotten married over the past 3 years. I'll be celebrating my 4th anniversary on New Year's Eve.
Oh,
and Isaiah just got married last week, 2 weeks ago. So I'm excited for them and how the transition between them and their manhood and how they respect their women and how they just treat each other. They're so much respectful, not only to each other, but to the adults as well.
So how did that conference end up going?
The conference went really, really well. I mean, I was really excited. This was the first conference that we actually had that I got to watch, right? Because usually I'm everywhere in the conference. I'm really doing a lot. But this year I got to sit and watch the kids and see how they were poured into and how they absorbed all the information that was being given to them. And the kids, they just had a great time. We had great performances. We had great speakers. And it was just a fun time.
Yeah. And now, Butch, I am a little curious because I feel like young women are more willing to put themselves out there and maybe be a little bit more vulnerable. But the Boys to Men, you're really like teaching them these really important life skills.
Right.
How do you get them out to go to an event like this?
Right, so we do it a couple of ways, right? We go out to different areas and we have conversations with the parents because it all has to come through the parents. But the goal is that we make it free. We allow the parents to come if they want to come, and we feed everybody. And our main thing is the topics that we discuss, right? So we bring in great individuals, we bring in powerful individuals within the community that have done amazing things, and they get to talk to these kids. Important, these kids see a lot of these people on TV, right?
Yeah.
They're like, wow, I seen this guy on TV, he's here. And I've had a lot of my kids saying, man, I got to shake the hand of a representative, man, that was so cool, and he's like 12 years old. So it's really cool for these kids to get out and see that more people are really care about them, especially young boys, right?
Yeah, and you're putting them in positions to have experiences that they may not have on a regular day. So speaking of the amazing things you guys are doing, you have a Hope Walk coming up.
Yes.
Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, this is our 8th annual Hope Walk, and this Hope Walk is simply entitled Hands Around the Bridge, right? So this Hope Walk kind of combines both domestic violence and gun violence together, because in this community, a lot of times when we have domestic violence, a gun is used when it comes to fatality with domestic violence. So we wanted to bring both of them together. Gun violence has been really crazy in our state and in our city, especially over the past few years. So we wanted to bring both of them together, and we wanted to see if we can send a message loud and clear to our politicians that, we want a safer community, right?
That's
so we want people that's talking about what we're talking about. We want to make a difference. We want people to change, right, their perception and change the narrative as far as, crime in our community. A lot of people don't realize that domestic violence is a leading cause of death or injury to women under 45. And in the state of South Carolina, we've been in the top 10 of states of men that murder women for the past 20 years, every year except for 1 year. So it's a sad reality that we need to do more within our state when it comes to protecting women. And that's what our organization Real MAD is all about, Real Men Against Domestic Violence. We're asking men to take a stand, to speak out, stand up for the women in their lives. And we did a project a few years ago, The Woman I Respect and Admire, and it's on the bottom of our website. And you see a lot of young men talking about the women that inspired them and made them the better men. And I'm really proud of that project.
Yeah, that's incredible. Really, really incredible. So the Hope Walk is Saturday, October 14th at Ravenel Bridge.
Right.
Tickets are $25, and where can they purchase tickets?
Okay, you can get them online at Eventbrite.
Okay.
Right? So you can just go to Eventbrite, you can do a search, or you can just do a Google search to the 8th annual Hope Walk, and it'll pop up and give you all that information. Or you can just come the day of.
Oh,
and
perfect.
just give a donation the day of. I mean,
Perfect.
we want everybody to come out because it's going to take a lot of us. It's going to take all of us, right, to fill that bridge up and to and wrap arms around the bridge. And our colors are purple and orange this year. So I got purple and orange tennis shoes that I'm wearing. So me and my wife are wearing both colors. So we're excited. We're ready. We're ready to get our walk on. So.
Wonderful. Well, if you want to learn more about the walk and all of the other programs that you guys have, wonderful stuff, you can go to palmettohopenetwork.org.
Right.
Butch, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to meet you.
We're back in 2 minutes.